What is going on, sports fans? Most importantly, hockey fans. Tonight is Game 6 of the NHL Stanley Cup Finals between the Edmonton Oilers and the reigning, defending, undisputed Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers. Now, like it says in the description of this video, for the disclaimer, look, the sound is going to be on, but I cannot show the game, all right? The sound is going to be on and turned up to a reasonable level so that everybody that is watching this live stream, tuning in, can hear what's going on. And on top of that, during the intermission reports, I will be doing a collection of hockey questions, and it's going to be a fun time. It's going to be an awesome time. Lord Stanley is in the house for the Florida Panthers, assuming that they get this win tonight. Until then, we got 15 minutes until the puck drops. Until then, peace.
the one you love to hate. Andrew Anderson, spitting truth that just can't wait. Got a podcast, like a punch right to your face. College sports villain, taking it over the place. I'll bring the facts whether you like it or not. Dropping truth bombs, giving it all I got. They call me a villain, well, I wear that badge with pride. Nothing but secrets they try to hide. Hard rock in my veins, rebellious to the core. I won't back down, won't take it anymore. The bad guy of the podcast world, that's me. Unleashing the truth, setting it all free. the one you love to hate. Andrew Anderson, spitting truth that just can't wait. Got a podcast, like a punch right to your face. College sports villain, taking it over the place. I'll bring the facts whether you like it or not. Dropping truth bombs, giving it all I got. They call me a villain, well, I wear that badge with pride. Nothing but secrets they try to hide. Hard rock in my veins, rebellious to the core. I won't back down, won't take it anymore. The bad guy of the podcast world, that's me. Unleashing the truth, setting it all free. Unleashing the truth. I'm a bad guy, the one you love to hate. Andrew.
Can stop me now. Nobody can stop me now.
one you love to hate. Andrew Anderson, spitting truth that just can't wait. Got a podcast, like a punch right to your face. College sports villain, taking it over the place. I bring the facts whether you like it or not. Dropping truth bombs, giving it all I got. They call me a villain. Well, I wear that badge with pride. Nothing but secrets they try to hide. Hard rock in my veins, rebellious to the core. I won't back down, won't take it anymore. The bad guy of the podcast world, that's me. Unleashing the truth, setting it all free. Unleashing the truth. I'm a bad guy, the one you love to hate.
All right. Welcome back. The puck is about to drop. They are currently doing the Canadian national anthem and soon to be the American national anthem. The puck is going to be dropping soon, and man, oh man, like I said, this is the live stream for Game 6 of the NHL Stanley Cup Final between the Edmonton Oilers and the home team Florida Panthers in the Armour Bank Arena in Sunrise, Florida. And man, oh man, it's a good one. It's also going to be a nerve-wracking one for Florida Panther fans. Why? Because Lord Stanley is in the building, and the Panthers find themselves up on the Oilers 3-2 in the series. Anyways, no doubt it's sure to be a good one. This has been one electric series since the first puck dropped. Let us hear it, Sunrise! Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watch. We're so chills, baby. Fucking chills. And cheers. Like was still Got a World War II veteran in the house. God damn, that dude was holding that note. Let's get it, yo. Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals between the Oilers and the Panthers. This is sure to be a good one. Both teams have one player that has been a difference maker for them. For the Oilers, it has been Leon Draisaitl, who helped the Oilers get their 2 wins. One in Edmonton in Game 1 in overtime. The other here over at Sunrise in overtime once again. The Panthers found themselves down with just 20 seconds remaining by 1 goal. They would go on to tie it, unfortunately losing overtime. And who was the dude that scored it? Leon Draisaitl. But had it not been for the Florida Panthers acquiring Brad Marchand, I don't think there's any way that the Panthers would be back in this position. Anyways, we got longtime Panther Robert Luongo in the house, banging on the drum, getting the fans fired up. Let's fucking get underway, y'all. And here we go. Puck drop time, baby. Panthers gain possession. Send it over. Oh! Offside Edmonton, 10 seconds in, courtesy of Perry.
McDavid's averaging 28 minutes a game now. That's
Jesus.
A little inflated because of the overtimes that we've had in this series.
What are you going to do? Both teams are almost evenly matched. Forsling sending it down the ice. Oh, looks like it's icing on Florida.
Play on separate lines. The problem in this series is that they've been behind too much, and they've been forced to put Leon and Connor together, and I think it's kind of worn them out. They looked to be out of gas last game in Game 5. But
that's the only thing that Edmonton has been able to do. You got to put your top 2 guys together. Look, Connor, as good as Connor McDavid is, there's only what a block by the Panthers. That was a hell of a shot, too. Forsling bringing it down the ice. He's got some help. He's got Sam Reinhart. Looks like he's going to dump it off. David sending it out from behind Oilers net. Woo! Somebody slipped on the Panther, or Seth Jones would take a slip trying to stop on a dime. Look, I don't care what anyone says. Hockey players are the most conditioned athletes on this planet. Oh, what a save by Sergei Bobrovsky! Stone Cold, Stone Walled Sergei Bobrovsky. Ooh! Corey Barry's like, oh, you won't be a difference maker, Marchand? Here, be a difference maker with this bitch. Knocked his helmet clean off.
This all started with good pressure by Kapanen. Kasperi Kapanen got in, sent Jones blew a wheel, and that allowed the second guy in there, Draisaitl, and eventually the chance for Kane.
I thought it was like Kane or something. There's a hockey player in the NHL with the last name Kane, not Patrick Kane. Sam Bennett passes the puck up to, Matthew Tkachuk. Not exactly how it's spelled the way you think it is. Sam, good stop by the Florida Panthers. Sam Bennett bringing the puck up the ice. Shoots! Nope. Tkachuk tried to get a shot off, but nothing. Tried to get it off. Passes it back to Sam Bennett. Kachuk doing what he does best behind the ice. Really, Kachuk's shot didn't count? Figured it would. Oh, well. Almost 2.5 minutes into Game 6, going exactly how you thought it would. It is all defense, and the Oilers are the only team with a shot on goal. They have 2 shots on goal now. Ooh, good deflection by Bobrovsky. Another good deflection by Bobrovsky in the net. Ooh! 4 shots on goal for Edmonton Oilers and 4 shots saved by Sergei Bobrovsky.
All right, so you talked about the long shift for Mikkola. This gets redirected on the way in, and you're right, Mikkola, a little bit of a drive-by screen on Bobrovsky. Is that?
So everybody that's tuning in right now, I hope that the volume is turned up to a reasonable level so you can hear just what's going on in this game.
The Panthers hemmed in, and Bobrovsky forced to make a couple of saves here early on. And the Toronto's with the first 4 shots. They're deep, very active, very noticeable. It's not down
Good defense being played by the Florida Panthers, making sure that a shot does not go in. And like I said, the Oilers currently have 4 shots on goal.
After really a tough game 5 and that turnaround from 4-5. Only 1 game between 4 and 5, 2 games between
Rodriguez.
6, including the travel game.
Kachuk trying to get the puck. Rodriguez in a battle. Oh, now Sam Bennett gets involved. Looks like that hit from Matthew's brother Brady knocked the wind out of him in that Four Nations Finals face-off. Four Nations face-off. Rodriguez with the puck. Oh, almost got a goal. Saved by Stuart Skinner, Edmonton's goalie. 4 minutes in. Like I said, exactly how you would have thought the first period would go.
Sam Reinhart, who scored a goal in 3 consecutive games.
Just slap the pitch out of the way, Skinner. You don't got to get all the way out of the goal. Fucking trying to finagle it like you're a player. You're a goalie for a reason, dog. Draisaitl. Panthers got to be on him like white on rice. Reinhardt scores! Reinhardt with first blood for the Florida Panthers! Wow! A costly turnover. Reinhardt saw it immediately. Beautiful puck handling. And, oh, beautiful puck handling by Sam Reinhart. Oh, got him on the side.
Sees the far side of the net. Panthers get the start they were looking for.
Okay, it looks like the graphic dude got it messed up because right now it's showing that Edmonton has a shot on goal, yet the Panthers just got their first goal. So the shot on goal count. There you go, Chief. There you go. Jesus. Look, I get it. I get it. He's more than likely excited and everything like that. But come on, job comes first.
He's got it. It's right in his knees. He just tries to settle it down.
Yeah.
That's a great point. That club's got to get one of two things: either the puck or the man.
Reinhart saw the opportunity and was like, you know what? I'm taking this. This is game 6. Ooh! They almost went back-to-back goals. Wow, that would have been something. Florida Panthers have outscored the Oilers 12-4 in the first period of this series.
Now the fans are in center ice serenading Stuart Skinner. Well, with the greatest trophy in all of professional sports in the building, this place has been electric for the last hour.
Oh my God! The friggin' Panthers almost just got another goal. Settle it down. Oh! This game is physical. Uh-oh! Kachuk! No. That wasn't Kachuk. Jersey got a little messed up, and it looked like Kachuk's number. Bennett behind the Panthers net. Uh-oh! Damn. Good bounce back for the shot on goals for Florida. It is now 4 shots on goal for both teams. Puck in Florida zone. Bennett looking to take it, or Reinhart looking to take it up again. Try to get another goal. Maybe a possible rat trick. Oh, Verhaeghe with the takeaway. Verhaeghe, okay. Verhaeghe. Barkov. Oh! Draisaitl. Taking it up the nope. Oh, it was McDavid. My bad. My apologies. It's literally either Draisaitl or McDavid that's constantly taking it up the ice for Edmonton. Oh, and Marchand's in. You know he wants to be a part of that action after Reinhart just scored.
First 6 players on each Olympic roster.
Oh, okay. So preliminary Olympic roster for the Oilers. They got Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Panthers, they got Barkov, Reinhart, and Kachuk. Hopefully his brother Brady is in it because, man, they were kicking some ass in the game against Canada. Woo! Like, seriously, it was 10 seconds in, and both Kachuk brothers got into a fight with Canadian players. Then they gap each other up in the penalty box. 4 Nations face-off. Be sure to check out the highlights. It was something else. Woo! Man, oh, man. Nearly 8 minutes in, and the Panthers find themselves up 1-0 on Edmonton. And we still have 2 other periods left to be played. We are going to take a quick commercial break, but we will be right back, baby. Peace. All right. Welcome back. They are currently showing the replay of Sam Reinhart giving the Florida Panthers first blood. Yeah, he left his left side too exposed for Reinhart to take a huge advantage on that. Oof.
Just an incredible goal by Reinhart. But it all depends on what the goaltender's positioning is on where you place that shot. But when you're under duress like he was, you're just trying to advance it.
Again, I hope the volume is turned up to a reasonable level for everybody that's tuning in so they can also hear what's going on.
Reinhart pressing the puck along the wall, forcing it as well for Florida.
Verhaeghe, bring it up. Nah, looks like he was going to be running into a little bit too much traffic. Ooh. There you go. Verhaeghe with the puck. Panthers in control now. Seth Jones. Pass. Oh, just a bit to the right. Oh, Verhaeghe. No, that's not Verhaeghe. I don't think I'll ever understand why goalies feel it necessary to get out of the net and then, like, when there's big time traffic there, y'all, like, for real. And the Panthers get it out of the zone. Looks like there's going to be another icing call.
Coming back into the Florida zone following the icing, Jackie.
Yeah, guys, for the Edmonton Oilers, so much talk this morning about getting off to a good start, trying to start this game with the lead. Obviously, that hasn't happened, but Paul Maurice talked about the starts for the Panthers yesterday, and he said, you know what, that team on the other side, there is no more dangerous team in the National Hockey League when their risk profile changes than the Edmonton Oilers. Leon Draisaitl talked about it this morning. When they're down, they have to take
face off in the Florida zone. Edmonton gets possession.
Kenny and Edzo, but we've seen them come back before. 1-0 for the Oilers.
You got to pick your spots when you start trying to take some chances. Obviously, it's way too early to get there, but we talked about it this morning. You might have to err on the side of aggression every once in a while. You got to read the play and maybe take a chance in the neutral zone. Always on the ice. Maybe you can put one up on the scoreboard. Here's Klingberg across, up by Walden. Looking for the puck.
Ooh, okay, good shot from Edmonton. Good save by Bobrovsky. Uh-oh, getting physical. We're getting physical now. Looks like frustration is really starting to settle in for Edmonton right now. But this series has been nothing but physical between these two teams. Edmonton, right now, they're on that little revenge tour trying to secure their first Stanley Cup since the 1989-1990 season.
That's not a game. That is not a game. Brett's talked about that early in the series. You don't want to start wearing out a path to the penalty box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely right. You can't be making costly mistakes that'll send your ass to the penalty box.
So if you're Florida, you gotta understand that. As you mentioned, it's 4-4 clearly favors the Edmonton Oilers with McDavid and Draisaitl. You got the message. The tone was set early. Let's see if.
Ooh, okay. So we got a few penalties. So we got two guys, one from each team in the penalty box, and we got a 4-on-4. Looks like McDavid. Nope, McDavid's on the ice. Draisaitl's on the ice.
Totally changed and did not get involved with a lot of that.
Ekblad gained possession for the Panthers. Barkov wants a piece of the action, making sure to try to put the Panthers up 2-0 on the scoreboard. So for right now, we got 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. Oh, what a block by Bobrovsky. Bringing it up the ice. Wow. Draisaitl trying to get his team back into this. This dude has been a man. Oh, what a save! What a shot by McDavid! What a save by Bobrovsky! Nicola bringing it up the ice. That should be a trip right there. I guess they're not going to call it. Looked like a trip on Panthers player Brad Marchand. I guess they're not going to call it. 38 seconds left on the 4-on-4 power play between these two teams.
After the excellent defensive play by Seth Jones. Here's Clipper. Back into the Panthers zone, tied up by Schmidt. Rodriguez finds the puck. Rodriguez and then for Verhage and then back for Schmidt.
10 seconds left. Verhage. Oh! Suffocating defense by the Oilers, and it's still in Florida's territory. Yeah. Icing on Florida. Oh, well. What are you going to do?
As the series is worn on, McDavid trying to use the Jets to get going. Good job by Forsing to disrupt McDavid. Eventually, the Oilers, as we get a look at our AT&T connected pin.
Oof, what a save, Bobby. In the human fucking centipede, Florida. Nice save. Rodriguez trying to clear the puck. Everybody's trying to get the puck right now. Ooh, good move by Bouchard. Ooh, good defense by Florida. Uh-oh, Verhage shoots. Oh, nothing. Looks like a deflection by Skinner. Yeah. That's almost the second time that Connor McDavid. Oh! Denied, baby!
Now Barkov, Henry feeding to the puck. Here's Kachuk. Back out to the point. Got from the top of the circle. Blocked down, deflects. Out of play. Reinhart with the game's first goal. At the other end.
All right. We are still in the first period with just under 7 minutes left, and we are going to another commercial. Bobrovsky still standing on business. We will be right back. All right. Welcome back. We are just over halfway through the first period of Game 6 right now, and the score remains 1-0. We're currently doing a face-off between the Panthers and Oilers in the Oilers territory. Looked like the Panthers won, but Oilers were able to knock their way out of their territory.
Lost in Game 7 here last year. Now they hope to extend their season. Probably 1-0. Good support there from Puck Coles and keep that play alive with the blue line.
All right. Like I've been saying, I hope the. Hang on, I got an itch. That's better. Anyways, to everybody that's tuning in right now, I hope the TV is turned up to a reasonable volume so y'all can hear what's going on as well. Schmidt in the back of the Panthers net, looking to take it up the ice, intercepted by Edmonton, regained by Florida. Oh, tried to push it up the ice, but wasn't able to. Oh, good defense by Florida right now. Good save by Bobrovsky. Deflection off his pads.
That's about the third or fourth time that Bobrovsky, at least from up top, doesn't too sure where the puck is when it hits him. That last one, there was a screen by Schmidt right up high.
Still 1-0.
Picking that one up early on, yeah, there was a couple of ones that kind of bobbled through.
Almost 5 minutes left in the first period.
You think at some point you would settle into it, though.
Once we head to the first intermission, we're going to be doing some NHL Q&A, or NHL trivia. Oh, Verhaeghe with the puck, sending it up the ice, and then Skinner doing whatever the hell he's doing, standing there menacingly. Oh, what a save by Skinner. Oh, rebound. Ooh, Florida with a few good shots on goal. Trying to, oh, they missed another attempt. Edmonton bringing it up the ice. Oh, God, I think that just bounced off the post. Oh, what a save. Florida bringing it up the ice, and it looks like the puck went out of bounds. I didn't even know that was actually possible in hockey. Oh, man, so many good looks for the Panthers, but some good saves by Skinner. So another quick commercial break, and we are going to be right back.
Love to hate Andrew Anderson, stating truth that just can't wait. Got a podcast like a punch right to your face. College sports villain, taking it over the place. I'll bring the facts whether you like it or not. Dropping truth bombs, giving it all I got. They call me a villain. Well, I wear that badge with pride. Nothing but secrets they try to hide.
All right, welcome back. We got 4 minutes left. Kachuk trying to bring it up the ice. He was able to do so. Unfortunately, was able to flip it up. Edmonton regaining possession, trying to move it up the ice, but still stuck in their territory.
He is engaging physically and communicating.
Uh-oh, yard sale! You don't know what that means? That means you lose your stick. It's happened so many times in lacrosse, I can't even... I would have to write down on paper how many times that's happened to me. Come on, Marchand. You know you want a piece of the action. Oh! Had a good look on Lundell.
Good job by Lundell here to get this puck in deep. Marchand to get there to move here to escape the check, and if not, for the stick of Nugent Hopkins, perhaps
Oh, and that was a good. Lundell had such a good look. That would have put him up 2-0 right there, but good defense from Edmonton to prevent that from happening.
making sure that your stick is on the ice, whether you got two hands on it or one. You just never know, because around your waist you got no chance.
No! Oh my! Oh my God! Good looks for the Panthers. They haven't been able to cash in since Reinhardt's first goal. Wow. Scoring chances. Edmonton has had 4. Florida has 6.
And the Panthers clear the puck down ice.
And another icing.
Pretty simple formula for this fourth line. Hard work, pressure, save, and then the second one, it was Greer. Greer actually got 2. I thought it was Gadjevich, but he stuck his stick in there. Tried to save that 3 times fast. And Skinner makes a couple of really nice stops there. Surf, sand, and sun, Boosh. A lot of that. Thus we have. Definitely the sun the last couple of days. Here in South Florida. 87-degree day today.
Jesus, 87 in Sunrise, Florida.
All right, Hart. Fast stick. So where's 88?
I think I know Washmit wears 88.
First is over Brennan, now Parkov, and Evander Kane.
Everybody fighting for the puck right now in front of the commentating booth. Uh-oh. Oh. Looked like Reinhardt was going to have a good look, but guess not, and would get stopped. Maybe Seth Jones. I'm not 100% sure. Ooh! Marchand with the puck right around, going around Oilers net. Oh, Verhage almost, or Marchand, I'm sorry. So many moving pieces, so many fast-moving pieces on the ice right now. Uh-oh, Kachuk. Oh, deflect. God, Draisaitl is a problem. Defense has to find a way to stop him. Uh-oh. 2-on-3. Oh! Kachuk putting the Panthers up 2-0. With 45 seconds left to go in the first period. Wow!
2-on-3, Enzo. I'm not sure why Wallman backed up so much and gave time and space for Luceray to make the play. I mean, Edmonton had numbers. Just kill the play early, didn't. Traffic in front. Huge goal at the end of the period. Well,
Wow.
here he is. And then now watch. He goes, and then eventually he goes and look at all the open ice in the middle. Good screen in front by Lundell, but the patience by Lucerina. He looked like he was going to give it to Forsling. He looked like he was going to give it to Lundell, but he waited.
And Kachuk is on a roll. Last 4 games, 3 goals and 3 assists.
So he was fresh. There goes posted in.
37 seconds left in the first period. Like I said, during the first intermission, we're going to be doing some NHL trivia and a quick recap of the first period. So it's going to be a good time. All right. Hope y'all are ready for some hockey questions.
The Oilers seem to kind of be settling in. The goaltender made some saves, but make no mistake, that is a huge goal to give up in the last minute of the period. Think about that sequence, Bush. The fourth line really kind of started everything. And eventually Kachuk comes in the back of the net. The first period domination for the Panthers continues here in Game 6.
What a first period for the Florida Panthers.
13-4 in the first in the series, 9-0.
Wow. The Florida Panthers have outscored the Edmonton Oilers 13-4 in the first period. That is something. But honestly, I wouldn't count the Edmonton Oilers out. They've come roaring back before. In fact, they are actually the first team in NHL history to erase a 3-0 deficit from the first period to come back and win. And that was also the game that Leon Draisaitl would get the winning goal for the Oilers to send the game back for Game 5 in Edmonton. This series has been nothing short of surprising. I mean, it's just been entertaining from the first puck drop in the first game alone in Edmonton. So it's been one hell of a series between these two teams. Sorry, I'm looking up something right now. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's get ready for some NHL trivia. All right. Now, the Florida Panthers were founded in 1993. They have this tradition called the rat trick, where if somebody scores a hat trick, that's 3 goals in 1 game. Obviously, every NHL team does have a tradition. The Detroit Red Wings, they throw octopi onto the ice, whoever scores or whoever gets a hat trick. Now, the Florida Panthers have something called a rat trick. Like I said, the Florida Panthers were founded in 1993, and on opening night, October 8th, 1995, or actually, any NHL fans, if y'all know this, don't worry, what is the story behind the Florida Panthers' so-called rat trick? Let it be known in the comments. If you know the story behind the Panthers' rat trick, let it be known, all right? That is the first NHL trivia question we have right now. Until we get an answer, we're going to be doing a quick recap of the first period between the Panthers and the Oilers. Like I said, the Oilers, I'm not counting them out whatsoever. They've come back before, and they either won or they lost. And there's no doubt that, they could probably do it again. We'll see what happens, but right now it looks like Florida is really playing and looking like they want to win Lord Stanley on their home ice. For those of y'all tuning in right now, we're doing some NHL trivia. And like I said, the Florida Panthers, who have currently been in the last 3 Stanley Cups, they have a tradition called the Rat Trick. What is the story behind the Florida Panthers Rat Trick? If you know the answer, let it be known in the comments. If not, hey, be prepared to learn something new every day. So, like I said, we're going to be doing some NHL trivia, and it's definitely going to be a fun time, all right? We're going to be doing 5 questions per intermission and a quick recap of each period. So, we'll see how yeah. All right. Well, since it is the first intermission, Jesus. Windy day out here in Texas. Oh, looks like it's a. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, take your time, y'all. Take your time. It's actually quite the interesting story if you don't know it. Again, the question is, what is the story behind the Florida Panthers Rat Trick? It is a tradition they have, similar to a hat trick, but if you know the answer, let it be known in the comments. And like I said, it's quite an entertaining one if you don't know it, so be prepared to get a good laugh out of it.
Fill the grill at ShopRite this week for huge savings. Like fresh pork spare ribs, just $1.99 a pound. And Best's beef frankfurters, just $2.99.
You feel like you can't breathe right now. It's like somebody find a way to get a run in any which way or how. So we talked about the haven't scored since.
Is the most hourly workers in the country.
Let's go ahead and turn that down.
That's not a coincidence. It's a commitment. A commitment Ford dealers share by offering affordable pricing across a full line of Ford vehicles. Get affordable pricing and just flex by on you.
All right, so we are currently in the first intermission of Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals between the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers. The game is currently in Sunrise, Florida, at the Armored Bank Arena. And speaking of which, like I said, the Panthers have a little tradition known as the rat trick. It's like the hat trick, but if you get a hat trick, the fans will throw toy rats onto the ice for the player that got the hat trick. Now, they do have a story behind it. If you know what the story is behind the infamous rat trick for the Florida Panthers, let it be known in the comments. But right now, recapping the first period between these two teams, Florida has been coming out firing on all cylinders. But one thing, like I've been saying, just beating that dead horse, definitely not going to count out Edmonton, because there have been times where they have roared back. So right now, the go-to guys that Edmonton need to go to are definitely Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. But right now, from what I've seen in the first period, it looks like the Florida defense has been doing a good job of containing Draisaitl, making sure that he can't get a shot off. But Tkachuk would score the second goal for the Florida Panthers, putting them up 2-0. And man, oh man, is he fired up, because he wants this back-to-back Stanley Cup title. It's definitely a good one.
Center fielder, if they can stay in this general direction, I think Nico Armstrong will have an opportunity to not just win a Gold Glove, but also I think they'll have a chance to win a plaque. Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and hopefully y'all know what the story is behind the infamous rat trick for the Florida Panthers. Again, when we get back from break, don't worry, I'll be sure to provide the right, welcome back. We are still doing some NHL trivia. It is currently the first intermission right now, but we also have a special guest. Mr. Terry, what's going on, man?
What's going on? How you doing today?
Not much. Just like I said, doing a live stream of Game 6 of this Stanley Cup final between the Oilers and the Panthers right now.
What is the score currently?
So the Panthers and Oilers are in the first intermission, and the Panthers are currently up 2-0.
Good.
Hell yeah. What? Like I said, once the first intermission started, obviously every hockey team has a tradition when they score the hat trick. The Florida Panthers have something called the rat trick.
I remember that.
Do you know the story behind it?
I do not.
So on October 8th, 1995, it would be opening night for the Florida Panthers. Now, one player in particular, Scott Mellenby, would be hanging out with his teammates before they would take the ice. A rat found its way into the Florida locker room, and he smacked the ever-living shit out of it with one of his hockey sticks. He would then go on to use that same hockey stick in a 4-3 win over the Calgary Flames.
That is a cool story.
Yep, and since then, they've had the rat trick where if you score 3 goals, they're going to be throwing toy rats onto the ice.
Okay, maybe you could help me with this one since geographically speaking, you're kind of close to the area, even though you're in El Paso now, but we know your heart's from Detroit. I don't think it's a hat trick. I think it's when they scored, well, just about any goal or playoff goal. What's the story with the octopus?
Oh, that one I don't know.
If they even still do it. I think it is Detroit that throws the raw octopus on the ice.
It is Detroit.
How are they letting them bring that in to the arena?
Maybe they're bringing it in through like styrofoam coolers or something like that.
But to hold on to that thing, waiting to throw the thing, how much your hands is going to smell afterwards?
Yeah, that's true. But, I mean, you got some dedicated fans that be willing to do that.
That's almost as bad as chugging a beer out of your shoe in Nashville. Where you at, Chris? Or no, is it a shoe or is it a fish?
That I don't know. I think the Florida Panthers tradition because they're the team that's in the Stanley Cup.
It's gross. Either way.
But here's a question I know you're going to get right. So last year, the Florida Panthers won their first Stanley Cup. The year before that, they would be in the Stanley Cup Finals, only to lose in 5 games to the Vegas Golden Knights. Now, the only team most recently I can actually think of that won their first Stanley Cup back in the 2010s would be the LA Kings.
Yeah, 2012.
Yep. When did the Kings win their first Stanley Cup, and who did they beat in that Stanley Cup?
They beat the New Jersey Devils in 6 games.
Yes, they did. And then, unfortunately, they would do it again in 2014 against the New York Rangers.
See, that one was more special for me, and I'll tell you why. Because my mom, originally, she was born in New York, over in Spanish Harlem somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So everything about her is New York, except Buffalo. That's practically Southern Canada for her. But I told her that the Kings beat the Rangers in less games than what they had to beat the Devils in, she was so mad, threw the chancla at me.
I remember watching that. It was, I believe, Game 5.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, my God, New York actually has a chance to win this. Yep, L.A. bringing it down the ice. I believe it was Toffoli that would make a score, and then Martinez would get the rebound and smack it in, securing the win.
Yes. I was stationed in Louisiana at the time. I was at a buddy's house. We were drinking, but he was on standby. So he got a call. So I ended up going with him because he didn't want me there at the house alone with his wife at the time.
Right.
So I'm like, whatever. I'm pretty drunk. He's just driving anyway, so he's drinking in the car. Got over there. He went to go replace the sign, and I was in the break room watching the game. Luckily to see the final score, and I'm like screaming at the top of my lungs in our compound.
Yeah, I was actually rooting for the Rangers in that series because it was like, you know what? From New Jersey, New York was right up the way. Fuck it.
You're probably rooting for the Devils too.
Honestly, no, I was rooting for the Blackhawks, but I kind of was rooting for the Devils.
No, against the Kings.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
all right. But we got the second period underway. Hang on, it's about to get loud.
They're in Edmonton, right?
You said what?
They're in Edmonton right now?
He just breaks the momentum and changes the angle.
A what?
Are they in Edmonton right now?
No, they're in Florida. Sunrise.
It's game 5, right?
Game 6. Florida's currently up 3-2 on the Oilers.
Okay.
Yes, and Lord Stanley is in the house tonight.
Let's go Panthers.
Hell yeah. Oof. Yeah, Florida's defense has been doing a good job containing Draisaitl, as he's been a friggin' menace the entire game. And here comes McDavid! Oh! Jesus, Bobrovsky. Uh-oh, breakaway. Jesus, there was no atmosphere like the Stanley Cup Finals.
What happened?
So McDavid had a good shot, passed it over to Perry, just missed, but it looked like Panthers goalie Bobrovsky was going to get the save either way. And then the Panthers were bringing it up the ice and tried to get a score on as well, but they missed just a little bit as well.
That's good.
So right now it's face-off in Edmonton territory.
I'm summoning the power of quick for the Panthers.
Back out to the point. Ingela. Back around behind the net for Greer. It's played by Kulak, and Nurse comes away with the puck.
Kulak. Every time that name is mentioned, I think of the Gulag from Call of Duty.
On which one? Which name?
There's a player on the Oilers by the name of Kulak. So obviously, when you're playing Call of Duty online, you go to the Gulag. That's the only thing that comes to mind when I hear that dude's name.
I haven't played that game in forever.
But that 85 Oilers led by our teammate, the great one. You won the Conn Smythe that year as playoff MVP, first and 2.
They're going to give Connor McDavid the MVP again in a losing effort?
No, they were talking about the so 2 players on the Panthers are close to being part of company that have players that have scored 20 points throughout the Stanley Cup playoffs. And ironically, the Oilers are in it, and we all know who used to play for them.
Yeah.
The great one.
I got the figure on the wall, even with the Edmonton one.
Yep. Florida has control in Edmonton's territory.
We heard Charles Barkley on the pregame after Seth Jones and his dad Popeye, who always did a tremendous job defensively on Charles. He's complimentary. Popeye won an NBA championship a couple of years back as an assistant coach with Denver. Here's Draisaitl. Dropping it back for Ekholm. Now Bouchard. That's scared behind it. Held up by Barkov.
Jesus Christ, Florida. Good defense. You got to clear the puck.
You need a throwback Panthers hat.
They need a what?
You need a throwback Panthers hat, like when Van Beesbrook was there.
Oh, yeah, when they had the Panther coming
like
at you.
Like leaping right at you.
Yeah. Honestly, like that was a classic logo. I don't know why they got rid of that.
It was cursed, I guess, when they got swept by the Avalanche.
Okay.
I still like it better, though. And those jerseys, too, were clean.
There's a big body. Here's Barkov with the puck. Back to the left with Bobrovsky. Marchand back on him. Shouldered by Barkov. Marchand back out to the point. 6 minutes gone. Second period came out of the zone. Brought back in by Mercer.
Already 6 minutes into the second period, and man, still physical, almost as physical as it was in the first period.
So if you could name 5 hats, I know I'm sure you have a hat collection.
Mm-hmm.
5 NHL hats while they're on commercial break. Which 5 will you never own, even if somebody gave you one for free?
Definitely the LA Kings.
Dick. Blackhawks didn't make my list. I've always liked the logo.
So let's see, the LA Kings, Detroit Red Wings. Let's see, probably the Philadelphia Flyers.
Boston.
Definitely Boston, yep.
Montreal Canadiens.
They're all right with me.
St. Louis Blues.
Yes.
My 5 would be the Anaheim Sucks.
Reasonable.
The Vancouver Canucks.
Because
that's my brother's team.
Oh, shit.
And him and I growing up, we always talked about his team was going to win a cup before us first. They had their chance after the Kings lost to the Canadiens, Canucks lost to the Rangers, and the Canucks won again, lost in 7 games to the Bruins. I told them there was your chance, and then a couple years later, boom, we win 2. And he still hasn't won one.
Jesus Christ.
So let's see. Ducks, Canucks, Oilers now because of the way the NHL just pampers them.
Yeah.
Rangers. And the Montreal Canadiens.
Reasonable.
It's a special hatred for all of them.
Oh, man.
See? How to name your Blackhawks?
They were like the Blackhawks were just so good in the 2010s when Taves and Kane were the 2 main guys carrying that team, and almost every year since 2010, when the Blackhawks would make the playoffs, they just so happen to run into the LA Kings. And both years that the Kings beat the Blackhawks, they would go on to win the Stanley Cup. I'm like, man, fuck you.
Their first cup, you guys got eliminated by the Coyotes.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because I was actually pulling for you guys because the Coyotes were worrying me that year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, plus, so in 2014, I was stationed in San Diego, and one of the dudes on my ship was a Kings, LA fan. And he's like, yeah, I'm a Kings fan. I'm like, those exist? So we started going back and forth, shit talking each other. And then when the Kings won the Stanley Cup in 2014, just did not hear the end of it from him.
Oh, I would have done the same thing.
They're now on my fucking shit list.
At least I could say that I still have jerseys from like almost 30 years ago that I still have.
Damn.
It's like I had the old, the alternate ones from '95 when they had the LA King head on it.
Mm-hmm.
The Burger King jerseys, they called them.
Oh yeah, what was it? The purple and gold?
No, it was a white with the gray and purplish stripe, and it had like a king's head with the purple beard and gold crown.
Oh
From the
yeah.
'90s.
Let me look it up.
I even have the matching hat. When the NHL debuts next year, we have a little NHL show.
Oh hell yeah.
I'm gonna have jerseys and hats galore. You thought my baseball hat was impressive.
Was a little bit far in front of Forsling there. I don't know if the puck would have missed the net or not. I think he was surprised that the puck came right to him when he jumped on the ice, but Marco made a nice play.
Usually I search 90, 95 Kings alternate jersey.
Okay.
Jersey.
This is what I got that popped up. Assume it's the white one that they're like kind of wearing now.
Yeah. No, this one it had like this stripe that went across like this, almost like a set. Let's see if I'll try to find it and send you a thing.
Oh, I think I found it. Hang on. This guy?
Yep.
Damn, I don't even remember that.
Well, you were born. You were barely born.
90. I was born in 1990.
See, you were too busy enjoying kindergarten.
Yeah, I was too busy enjoying shows, looking back, wondering how the fuck they even made it on TV, like Ren and Stimpy.
Or Cat Dog.
Yeah. Almost any show I grew up watching, looking back, I'm like, how the fuck was this allowed on TV?
By today's standards, yeah. Well, heck, I was looking at the original X-Men series cartoon, not X-Men '97, the one prior to that one. And then Wolverine, and like he's going to the bar, he's like, "What are you rednecks staring at?" I'm like, what? For a cartoon, I mean, it's a lot of people don't mind that one too. It's when they say other stuff, but like for them to say that in a cartoon, I was just like laughing.
And so some good defense still being played by both teams. Neither one has still yet to score, but the shots on goal are 15-14, and we are about halfway through the second period.
Thanks. So again, shots and the physicality in.
Mm-hmm. I'm still not counting out Edmonton. McDavid, obviously the refs are pampering that kid.
Yeah.
And then you got Draisaitl, who's just been an absolute problem for the Panthers.
He's another one they're pampering too, starting to pamper.
Yeah, ironic too, since he's
I never thought I'd see the day where I hate someone more than Sidney Crosby. But Sidney Crosby is okay in my book now.
Who was that kid? Was that dude ever pampered?
Yeah. Him and Marchand.
Oh yeah. It's ironic too because Marchand is actually on the Panthers.
Yeah, with his 40-pound nose.
Yeah, because fucking Boston wanted to be stupid and trade him.
I mean, look what they did with Ray Bork.
Yeah. But Marchand for the Panthers has been a big-time difference maker for the Panthers in this series. And same with Draisaitl, because Draisaitl alone is the reason why the Oilers have 2 wins in this series.
Now we'll have to do this with Andrew, one of these shows.
Oh, hell yeah.
With the gun to your head, you have to pick one jersey, whether it's a present or past player from every NHL team, even if you hate the team.
Ooh. Let's see.
I may have hated the Ducks, but there was one guy I've always liked from the Ducks.
Who's that?
Teemu Selanne.
Ooh, okay.
I hate Paul Kariya. Timu Solani, I've always liked.
Oh yeah. Let's see. So for the New Jersey Devils, what was his name? He tried to get the Devils tried to sign him to like a 20-year deal. Ilya,
Kovalchuk.
yeah, that dude. Or they had a goalie that Brodeur.
Brodeur, yeah. I was gonna say I would take Brodeur.
And then let's see.
Did you know they actually had Brandon Shanahan as a rookie
Did they really?
before they got him to the Wings?
Wow.
I have the card. I had to look for it, but I have the card. Dude, it was when the Devils wore red and green before the red and black.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Even though he has played for them, only dude I can actually think of on the Red Wings is Patrick King.
Come on. You really wouldn't pick Gordie Howe?
Oh yeah, true, Mr. Hockey.
Yeah. If I had with the Canucks, I'd have to go with Pavel Bure. I don't like the Sedin twins because my brother swore up and down they're going to get many cups with them. I was like, wrong.
Oh man, I'm still trying to understand players' names, but there's so many from so many different countries that play that it's like when you look at their last name, like the fuck.
Yeah, so growing up, my dad would always correct me with the same thing. Patrick Waugh, right? Mm-hmm. But it's spelled Roy. So I'm like, hey, look, I got a Patrick Roy. He's like, that's Waugh. I'm like, no, it's Roy. Sound it out. And he smacked me. I was like 6 or 7 years old.
Oh,
he's like, French. God. I'm like, okay, but we're in America. So little thing. But he wasn't born in Montreal. My dad was born in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, the black hole of the NHL, because they don't ever put a team there. They had the support, and they're like 10 miles away from Toronto, so that would have been a good little rivalry going with Hamilton and because I guess Hamilton is also known for their steel, so they're like the Canadian Pittsburgh.
Oh shit! Okay.
So, yeah, he was born in Hamilton, but my grandfather. I guess NHL players didn't make much back then, but he was offered a tryout for the Maple Leafs.
No shit.
But I guess the players back then didn't make that much.
And
he didn't want to wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning to go practice if he wasn't going to be making that much. So I was like, no, why? I would have still bought the jersey and blasted my walls with that.
Oh, my God. Let's see. Probably to get some of the obvious ones out of the way, for the Florida Panthers, I'd probably have to go Jaromir Jagr.
Or go Van Beesbrook for them.
That's a good one. Let's see. There's another one I had. Oh, San Jose Sharks, Rob Thornton.
Joe Thornton?
Joe Thornton, thank you. I thought it was Rob for some reason.
Who would you? Okay, but before we continue them, what about the Ducks and Canucks?
Ooh.
Just so we're on the same track.
Roberto Luongo at one point?
Okay. Yeah, they did.
Okay. Anaheim Ducks. Oof. I don't know. I only watched the movies growing up. That was about it.
I'll tell you what. I'll just answer for you. We'll say Timu Solani.
Fair enough.
For San Jose, for me, I'd say he was the same draft year as Joe Thornton. Patrick Marleau.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I have both of their rookie cards, too.
Nice.
The upper deck ones, anyway. All right, so if we go, we won't count Seattle because they haven't been around long enough, and we won't count Utah now that they're going to be the Mammoths.
Yeah.
We could go with the past one, say the Coyotes. For that one, I would go with Keith Tkachuk.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Knowing you, you're probably going to be a fanboy and go with Roenick.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see. Oh fuck! The Colorado Avalanche had somebody that was like a big time seasoned vet, but he was the kind of guy that you don't mess with.
He was a goon.
Yeah, it was like Joseph something. Fuck, what was his name? Oh my god!
Was he recent or was he back then in the 90s?
I want to say back in the 90s.
So I know you had. Well, one of the goons I remember was Claude Lemieux.
No, I don't think so.
Well, while you're looking for that, I think I would pick Forsberg.
That's a good one. Here we go. Sakic.
Huh? Oh, Sakic?
Sakic, yeah. Sakic.
Yeah, Captain Rishot.
Yep. I was like, man, there's somebody on that team that even.
Yeah, he was the captain for years. He came over when they came over from Quebec.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because he was part of that organization.
Wow.
Well, heck, I guess I would pick him for Quebec then.
Ooh, okay. Let's see.
Dude, they actually had a stacked squad too.
Mm-hmm.
They even had Matt Sundin, Peter Forsberg. The only one they didn't have was Waugh because he came over right the first year in Colorado.
Yeah.
Freaking cheater. Twin size mattress for goalie pads in Montreal. That's why we couldn't score past them.
Let's see. Washington, I'm easily going Alex Ovechkin.
Yeah.
Fuck, what was his name?
Islanders.
Hang on, I'm on the Tampa Bay Lightning right now. Fuck, what was his name?
Vincent Leclerc.
He signed a deal with Trashville last year, and now they suck. Then they continued to suck.
Stamkos?
Stamkos, yep.
I would go with Vincent Leclerc.
Ooh, okay.
For that one.
Let's see.
Islanders, I'm going to go with Ziggy Palffy. Because he did good in LA.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'll just say this: Wayne Gretzky, any team that he played for.
So the Kings, so the Blues.
Mm-hmm.
I would have picked him for the Blues because of the short time he was with them.
Yeah, didn't he play for the Oilers too?
Yeah, that's where he started.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I would pick that for the Oilers. Rangers, I wouldn't pick him because that wasn't necessarily his team, so to speak, because he showed up and his former team was there. I'd probably go Mark Messier.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
For the Blues, I'm going to go with Brett Hull. Just because, like I said, it was his team before Gretzky showed up.
Yeah.
Now, they gave Gretzky the captaincy, and I thought it was kind of a big slap in the face for Brett Hull, who was faithful. So I don't blame him for going to the Stars and getting a ring out of it.
Oh yeah. Look, yeah, I don't blame it either. I think it was more so just like, hey, you're the great one. You've done so much in the NHL and done so much to put the NHL on the map. It's just like, hey, here you go.
Who would you get for? Do we even know any players from Atlanta when they had the Thrashers?
No, not really.
All right, so we'll go and just X mark them.
Yeah.
Carolina.
Oh, Carolina.
I'm gonna go Rob Brindamore.
That's a good one. Boston, Bob Orr, or oh my god, the fucking tall dude.
Chara.
Chara, that's it. Definitely Bob Orr number 1, Chara number 2.
I actually have Bobby Orr number 2
Really?
because, well, I know nothing against him. It's just for someone to have been with the team as long as this guy had to, just for him to get traded, I'm gonna go with Ray Bork.
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
Buffalo. There's probably one answer for that one.
okay.
Hasek.
Yeah. Let's see.
Toronto, I'm gonna go with Felix the Cat Potvin.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh man, there was another team that I had a 1 and 2 spot for.
It was Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah, Mario
I just
Lemieux.
guessed.
Yeah, that actually was the team I was thinking of. I'm like, fuck, who was it?
Because they did have that 1-2 with Lemieux and Yager.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it'd definitely be Lemieux for number 1. And then even though fucking hate him and my ex had like the biggest crush on him, probably still does, Sid the Kid.
That's why you can't trust French Canadians.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd have to go with the first two, either Lemieux 1 and then Yager 2.
That's fair.
Philly.
Oof, Philly. Bobrovsky. And it's ironic, too, because he's currently the goalie for the Florida Panthers.
I think part of that one, again, I'm an older guy, so I'll go with Lindros.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'd probably go another goalie and say his backup goalie, Boucher.
Do you remember those old those Nike commercials? And they were talking about Fedorov, and then the guy always trying to attack him or like try to screw things up for him, and they had that guy playing dressed up as Ron Hextall.
Oh my god!
Let's see.
Oh.
We already got Toronto. I guess Montreal. Might as well get them out of the way.
I got nobody from Montreal.
I guess Patrick Waugh would be the only one.
Hmm.
But a lot of people don't know. I guess Chris Chelios used to play there.
Really?
I think I don't know if Chicago drafted him.
Huh. Ooh.
And Tony Amani.
More you know.
I'm glad I have for your knowledge. Let's see. We got Toronto. We got guess Ottawa.
Yeah, I know nobody. Any of the Canadian teams, nobody. Like,
Well,
gun to my head, if they told me to name one player on a Canadian team, I'd probably have to go with Patrick Laine.
The goalie, right?
No, he plays for the Winnipeg Jets.
Oh,
is he? No, I think he's like a right wing or something.
Because like I know the Penguins had a Patrick Liami, whatever his name was.
Yeah,
he was the goalie whenever Lemieux and Yager were there.
Oh, okay.
All right, score update. What's up?
So it is still currently 2-0 with less than 5 minutes to go in the second period.
So there's only one player I remember from Ottawa because Ottawa is just kind of like the forgotten Canadian team.
Okay.
That was Daniel Alfredsson. Swedish. He's a great goal scorer. He was basically the only thing worth a damn on that team during that time.
But yeah, this dude right here.
Yeah.
Like I said, gun to my head, name one person on a Canadian hockey team. That's the only dude I'm going with.
Who else? I guess Winnipeg, I would still probably go with Keith Tkachuk even.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Oh, you know what? I'll go with Winnipeg Jet version of Teemu Selanne. Because he started with them before he went to the Ducks. It sucks.
No
I'm sorry.
shit.
Let me correct myself.
No shit.
Could you imagine if they didn't trade him and then he would have been on the Coyotes when the Coyotes were actually decent in the 90s?
Yeah, that
had him,
crazy.
Keith Tkachuk, Jeremy Roenick, Oleg Tverdovsky, Nikolai
Jeez.
Khabibulin between the pipes, Cliff Roning. Oh, I guess we got to get them out of the way then. I guess Nashville,
Mm,
the one Chris has been waiting for if he's been watching.
yeah. Fuck it. He was there for 1 year, but he got him to a Stanley Cup appearance. PK Subban.
All right, yeah, I'll go with that one too because I don't know anyone else.
Oh yeah, exactly. Plus, I love the fact that he's been going on to ESPN and just showing these guys up, like with all of his knowledge of hockey and just burying them.
Calgary.
Like, oof, Calgary. I got nobody.
I'll go with Theo Fleury. Little short, little shit that was a little scrappy, but he could somehow skate in between the guys. He still somehow score a goal and then somehow find himself in a little scrap too.
No shit.
You gotta look at some of his highlights. He was a scrappy little guy.
Okay.
Like I don't even think he broke 5'9".
What the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, I could be wrong, but I know he wasn't the biggest, nowhere near the biggest guy on the ice.
3-0 Florida. Damn, Panthers got a shot on goal and a rebound score by Sam Reinhart. This
Minnesota.
Hat trick tonight. Mike.
Minnesota, either the Wild and the North Stars.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me. We'll have to go to the Whalers after this one.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go for Madonna for the North Stars. And because he did well with the Kings when we got him, Marian Gaborik.
Okay. Damn, Skinner, you done fucked up.
It's that stupid mustache he has.
Yeah, so he got a block, and then one of the Panthers players shot it, and Reinhart tipped it in, and he's just standing there looking like an idiot. Or,
Like he didn't see it coming?
emoji.
Was his view blocked?
No. It's like he was looking this way, and Reinhart was right here. Just boop. And then, yep.
Good. That's good. Fuck the Oilers.
Hell yeah. That's going to cost them. All right.
So you already said St. Louis.
Barkov got the rebound, and Reinhart got the tip in.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah.
So you already got your St. Louis one? Was it, you said Gretzky, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I couldn't pass up on this thing I saw when I went to Midland. Midland, Texas, of all places. This dude had a sports memorabilia shop, like everything you almost think of.
Oh, holy shit. Yeah, you can't pass up on that.
No.
Wow.
And this big ass one right here.
Naturally.
All right, who do we got left? Oh, Hartford Whalers.
Yep.
I would. I guess Ron Francis.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
I don't think Shanahan was there that long. And Gordie Howe was there for when he was at the end of his career. That's not the Gordie I want to remember.
Yeah, no, you always want to remember him during his time with the Red Wings.
Yeah.
Talk about a marathon. Didn't this dude play with his sons?
Yeah, I think so. And he even did a minor league, little stint with a minor league. With the Detroit Vipers, I think they were called at the time.
That's fucking crazy.
Look at me with my history knowledge. Like I'm turning into Chris. I was like 3 rows behind the guy.
Let's see.
I guess Columbus, I would pick that dude that passed away, Johnny Goodrow.
Ooh, yeah, Johnny Hockey.
Yeah. Him and his brother, R.I.P.
Big time R.I.P. Yeah, that was such a sad story.
I know, just riding their bikes.
Yeah.
And dude come a drunk driver.
Yeah. Damn shame. Like, because they're both American hockey players, right?
Yeah.
Man, it makes you wonder. Makes you wonder what they would have been able to do if they were included in the Four Nations face-off.
Yeah.
Probably would have been holding up the gold.
Hate Canada. Like, you bastards. Stop. Even the women can't get the job done anymore.
Yeah. Hey, at least our junior team was able to get it done, though.
Yeah. But the problem is nobody never knows about that.
Yeah.
It's always the
on social media. I was like, holy shit.
Let's see. That might be everybody. Let's see. We already got Minnesota. There's no team in Wisconsin, right? No.
No.
We got both Pennsylvania. So.
Yep.
Oh, Vegas.
Ooh. Yeah. Marc-Andre Fleury.
Oh, what's his name? I think Reeves. Ryan Reeves, or was it?
Something like that.
Or
yeah.
Did they didn't have Subban, did they?
That I don't know.
You know what? I'll just go with what you pick. Got time for this shit.
Yeah.
How many people we got watching?
We got 27 people, and we are about to head into the second intermission, and we're going to have a bunch more NHL trivia. For right now, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back.
These are my old gloves, too.
Hell yeah. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. All right. Welcome back. We are currently in the second intermission of Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals between the Edmonton Oilers and the defending champ Florida Panthers, who currently find themselves up 3-0 on the Oilers. And we are going to be heading into the final period just after another intermission report. But for right now, we got a special guest. And we still got some more NHL trivia to go.
I accidentally hit done. It kicked me out.
All right, so we still have plenty of NHL trivia left to go. Some pretty obvious ones, but also some pretty other good ones that'll really make you think.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah. All right, so Alex Ovechkin, who recently broke Wayne Gretzky's scoring record this year, has probably done it all in the NHL. And one thing that, man, I can't even believe this. He has been on the cover of an NHL game. How many times, though?
I would say once. Twice.
Yep. Alex the Great, baby. But ain't nobody topping the great one. But yeah,
so that was the assist record too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, this man has so many records that have stood the test of time, and it took 20 years and God knows how many days off. He actually injured his leg this season and still broke Gretzky's scoring record.
But I think he's also had one more season. I think, or I'm trying to think what season he debuted. If it was, I think it might have been the 05-06 because he came out the same year as Sidney Crosby, Andrei Kopitar from LA.
Yep.
Whoever the Blackhawks drafted that year, I don't care. But
speaking of the Chicago Blackhawks, they have 6 total Stanley Cup championships. Now, it had been a while since they won their next one in 2010. How many years had it been before they won their 4th Stanley Cup, and who did they beat that year?
Okay, I'm going to guess sometime in the 70s.
A little further back.
60s?
Mm-hmm.
And who did they beat that year?
For their 4th Stanley Cup.
I'm going to just take a long shot in the dark here. And okay, so this is funny because back then they didn't really have, for the longest time, they didn't have Western Conference, Eastern Conference, if I'm not mistaken, right?
No, so when the Blackhawks won their 4th Stanley Cup, who did they beat and how many years had it been since their 3rd Stanley Cup?
So I'm gonna say the team let's just say it was the Maple Leafs that they beat for their 4th one.
No, so it had been about, I want to say, 49 to 50 years since their 3rd Stanley Cup. They won their 4th one in 2009-2010 season, and they had beaten the Philadelphia Flyers.
Well, when you said, okay, I was thinking of the 60s.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking of a team who they beat in the 60s.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, what was the year they won their 4th one, and how many years had it been?
Okay, yeah. So I was in. Okay, you got to forgive me. So that year, I remember I was on my 3rd deployment. I was in Kandahar, actually.
Oh shit!
So the shit pond messed with my brain. I forgot about that Stanley Cup because if I wasn't smelling shit all the time, we were getting rocketed on. I do remember that because I had my buddy was sure to tell me that they won because I think, if I'm not mistaken, in the earlier rounds in the Western Conference, the Blackhawks eliminated the Kings, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah.
I probably have to go back and look. But one thing I know about that playoff run that the Flyers went on was they were not even given a chance to even make it.
Yeah.
But somehow, some way, they went on one hell of a run.
That was a scrappy team.
That way, oh yeah. Everybody and their dead grandmother were like, oh yeah, Jersey's going to handle them easily.
So we ended up getting a couple of their guys a few years later and then win a cup with them.
Yeah, evidently so.
I think Jeff Carter was on there, I think, and Simone Gagne.
All right, but we were talking about other NHL teams and what kind of players we would take. The last team we talked about were the Vegas Golden Knights, one of the first newest teams on the block. When were they introduced into the NHL?
Like when you talk about their inaugural season, when they actually started playing, or?
Yeah, inaugural season.
I want to say 2018.
Let me check just to make sure.
Because I remember they made the Stanley Cup in their inaugural season just to lose to the Capitals.
Close. It was 2017. Yeah. Hey, you were close. Good guess. You know, you were in the points for being in the vicinity.
The way hockey does it, they do it like what 2017, 2018 season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Baseball, basketball, and same with basketball. So baseball, football, the only ones that do a single year.
Yeah, no, that will forever throw me off. So, let's see here. We got a few more. Here's a good one that's probably obvious, but the great one of the greatest players of all time, like we discussed, has many records that will probably remain untouched, including this one. How many NHL MVPs did Wayne Gretzky win during his time in the NHL?
I'm going to take a wild guess here and say 6.
Very close. 8.
8?
1980 through 1987 and then 1989.
Wow.
Yeah, that man, nobody's touching 8 MVPs. Especially 7 straight.
I'll ask you one now.
All right.
Which NHL team holds the record for most consecutive Cup championships?
Ooh. I want to say the Montreal Canadiens.
Yep. Do you know how many, though?
24.
No. In a row.
Oh, in a row. No.
They won. I forgot the years with span, but if I'm not mistaken, they went on a 7-year rampage, just cup after cup after cup. Second place to have that many in a row, well, not that many, I'm sorry, but to be kind of close was the Islanders with 4.
Wow.
Yeah, the Islanders.
Yeah. So speaking of the Islanders, or actually, this is probably, I just gave away the answer, but what U.S.-based NHL team is the only U.S. team to three-peat in the NHL?
No, the Islanders.
Yep, 1982 season.
That's where they won 4, right? I think they won 4 in a row.
Yeah, 1980 through the 1980, I'd have to double check.
Yeah, I think they won 4, but yeah.
Yeah, because I remember talking about this when the Lightning were on the verge of three-peating, but they got their asses handed to them by Colorado.
Yeah.
So, all right. But out of all the Canadian teams in the NHL, who has the most recent Stanley Cup win? Like, out of all the championships they won.
Canadians.
Yep, 1992, 1993 season.
Yeah. I feel attacked here. There should be 3 banners over there, but there isn't.
Hey, you got to. That's the only thing that matters.
So You're gonna make me take this guy to Salvation Army. I don't know who that is. I just saw him at the car store. I'm like, okay, well, I've been collecting these figures, but now Yvonne Corner, whatever French Canadian guy, I don't know.
All right, and to close it out, obviously this one is a big time no brainer. What hockey team did Utah inherit for their own NHL team?
Coyotes.
Yes, sir.
Do you know their new names though?
The Utah Mammoths.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know why it took so long. Why did it take a whole season for them to pick a name?
I don't know. Probably the same reason that the Washington Redskins were the Washington football team for a whole year.
But I mean, the Redskins, they could have went with the Red Tails to pay homage to the Tuskegee Airmen. It doesn't take long to pick a name.
It doesn't. I think they wanted to do like a presentation with it or something like that.
No, it's stupid. I'll tell you why. They're trying to follow the footsteps of soccer, like MLS too.
Yeah. No, I completely get it.
Yeah, come on, people.
Yeah,
we're not soccer.
Yeah, I mean, look, they love putting on a show. NFL is one of the biggest sports here, and you know how they do it. It's like, oh, we came up with a new team, so we're just going to wait until the off season or build up to the regular season and show what our new team name and team mascot is.
Yeah, I don't get it. They had so much time.
They did. They really, really did.
Same with the Cleveland Indians, now the Guardians.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell's the Guardians? What does that have to do with
They
Cleveland?
couldn't even guard a 3-1 lead against the Cubs in the World Series.
They ain't guarding shit.
Hell no.
Then they lose to the Braves, too, in the World Series in 6 games.
Yeah.
Or was it? Yeah, I think it was 6.
Yeah, no, it's just crazy that the logo the Indians had, so many people were like, oh my God, that's so offensive. Okay, but you're completely fine with the Atlanta Braves? It's always the fucking logo.
Their heads must have exploded when the Braves and Indians played in the World Series.
That would not have surprised me.
They weren't as bitchy back then.
Yeah, that's true. Back when we were a proper country.
Yeah. The presidents were halfway decent.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, God. But, yeah, that is all the NHL trivia questions. Figured it'd be a lot more fun with people answering in the comments, but...
Nobody's commented?
No.
Where's the disease guy?
I have are from Twitter and Facebook.
Wow.
Nah. But it's a work week. What do you expect?
We should have done it yesterday.
Yeah,
we had to be there for them.
Yeah, it is.
Like I was telling Andrew, like when you guys didn't get on the other day, I was like, you don't understand. You guys are my cure for the Mondays. Then Tuesday, when I'm having trouble sleeping, I'll listen to Chris talk.
That's a good one.
Right, now I'll ask you this one. You might know this one.
All right.
Baseball trivia one now.
All right.
The Athletics. Now we know they're going to Vegas. Can't wait to see that because I will definitely go. Let's try to plan a trip to where we end up there when the Cubbies go to town.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
But prior to Oakland, where were the Athletics located? And they won a couple World Series there too, if I'm not mistaken. I think they actually have 4 or 5 to their name.
Yeah.
And not all of them were in Oakland, though.
Yeah. I think they had like 1 or 2 in Oakland. All right. Is it East Coast or West Coast?
East.
East. All right.
Where the majority of MLB started before they start moving out west.
All right. Let's see. I want to say... Boston?
No. Give up?
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
Ah, that was Moneyball.
Yeah.
When they tied him for 19 straight games.
Yeah.
Should have known. Oh, there
I
we
think
go.
they won one there, and then I think the other 3 or 4 were in Oakland. They
Yeah.
had Reggie Jackson.
Mm-hmm. And then I believe Ricky Henderson helped deliver the ring as well.
Yeah, him and McGuire and Canseco.
Yeah. Oh, man.
It still baffles me how the Dodgers beat that team.
Yeah. They had a closer on or a pitcher on that team the year prior that the Dodgers won in 1988. And I was like, damn.
Was it Hershiser?
It might have been Hershiser. It was when what was his name on the Dodgers? The iconic walk-off home run.
Gibson.
Gibson, yeah. Gibson hit a home run off of him.
That was actually so. I remember living in California time, and it's like a very distant memory. But I actually remember seeing that as a kid when it happened live.
Wow.
When we were in California, like some of the things you don't see often that live. And just like that Game 7 World Series when with the Blue Jays against I don't know if it was the Reds or the Phillies, where that dude hit the bottom of the 9th home run.
Joe Carter?
Was it Joe Carter or what? I think, yeah.
Yeah, because it was like 1990, 91 that the Blue Jays went back-to-back.
Yeah, so. Okay, it might have been the Reds because I think they swept the Phillies. Maybe,
Okay.
I could be wrong, but yeah, that was like another one that I saw.
All right, and the third period is well underway, 2.5 minutes in. Florida Panthers still leading 3-0. Lord Stanley is in the building.
Fans are chanting, "We want Cup."
It wouldn't surprise me. Well, right now they're trying to get under goalie Stuart Skinner's skin. Because right now the Panthers are, like I said, are up 3-0, and almost every shot on goal or goal that Florida has scored, the Panther fans have been chanting Skinner. Skinner.
Throw the rubber rats at him.
Ooh. Stay on him, defense. Ooh, missed an opportunity right there. Ooh, what a save by Bobrovsky. Turn this up a little bit.
We forgot the Dallas Stars.
Oh, shit.
I'll just say Joe Neuendijk for mine.
Yeah.
Since I already got Mike Modano for the North Stars.
I don't know why they went to that lime green bullshit. Like, they look so good with the forest green, gold, and black.
So that was okay. Every team was doing what they called a retro modern look.
Yeah.
So that shade of green was kind of like the shade of green they had when they were the North Stars.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
the
because
black
like
was supposed to
everybody
be
in the
out.
2000s had a look, especially the Toronto Blue Jays
Yeah.
with their logo. Woo! I gotta
The
have
Kings
that.
one, it took a while to grow on me. The first one they did,
Mm-hmm.
because they did it with the kind of like the Gretzky era jersey, the black and silver.
Yeah.
But they did it with that same logo, like when Gretzky was there, but they did it with the purple and gold colors.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. Reverse retro. That's what they were called.
Oh, okay.
I need to update the jersey collection with those two.
Ooh, actually, Rangers, give me Henry Lundqvist.
Henry Lundqvist?
Yeah.
I always thought he was a Mike Richter kind of gal. That's good. Brian Leach.
Oh, yeah. Nah, I knew nobody on the Rangers, but Lundqvist was the only guy that ESPN was ever talking about.
Yeah.
And he was also in one of those classic ESPN commercials too,
Yeah.
with the Swedish chef.
Yeah. He's another one that just wasted his talents, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You hate to see that.
Mm-hmm.
But he was loyal. We'll give him that.
Oh, yeah. You got to give credit for loyalty. Ooh. Rodriguez with the puck. Oh. Now it's Bennett. Now Rhino, come on. Come on, Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. Get that rat trick, baby. Oof. Oh, my God, what a save by Sergey. But McDavid tried to get too fancy with it, or flashy.
Yeah.
Kept skating circle and tried to go for a backhand. It was like, nope, denied.
And, of course, people are afraid to hit him because then they know they'll go after their star players.
Yeah. And then it's obviously a one-way trip to the penalty box for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Verhaeghe! Oh, my God! Scramble in front of the Oilers net, and Verhaeghe tried to put it in, but got nothing out of it. Or it might have been Marchand. Marchand doing his thing! Oh. I had no idea that dude was almost 40.
You know, it's funny. Now we talked about the Boston guys.
Yeah.
Chara.
Yeah.
He didn't start in Boston. He started with the Ottawa Senators.
Did he really?
Yeah, I just thought about that because.
Yeah, I mean, he was there for what seemed like ever.
In Boston, yeah.
Twelve and a half minutes left in the third. Maybe 3-0, but it's still anybody's game right now.
You never know. They could just go on a quick. What's the time remaining?
12 minutes, 15 seconds.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time.
Well, it's now or never.
Exactly.
They're going to have to take more risks. It can't be.
Mm-hmm. They've been trying to be too flashy and fancy with some of their shots, but on some of the other shots,
Stupid McDavid.
Yeah, but on some of the other shots, the Panthers defense has been coming up big time.
You know what's going to happen with him probably? They'll probably trade him to the Kings like the way the Oilers traded Gretzky.
Oh, my God, that'd be crazy.
I don't know. I think I still hate him, though.
Jesus. But so Edmonton has 12 block shots. Meanwhile, Florida has 14 block shots.
That's non-goalie stats, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Give me some sore stomachs tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, offside Oilers. Well, that should have been a trip, but wow. Refs actually let him play it out.
It's because McDavid didn't get tripped.
Yeah, that's true.
That would have been a game misconduct.
Oh, yeah.
And a suspension for all next season.
Yeah, basically. Oh, man.
And a forfeiture of all their draft picks for the organization.
Stay away if it had been like a prime Sidney Crosby.
Yeah. Well, actually, no. They wouldn't. They would award the draft picks to the Oilers and take them away for the organization that tripped him, causing the offsides.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God! What a game, though! What a game!
I don't think it's going to happen for them. You
Uh,
need 3 goals to tie it,
yeah.
and it's already almost halfway done with the third period
Yep.
in
I
Florida.
mean, I've seen some crazy things. Like the whole Blackhawks 2 goals in 17 seconds.
Yeah, but they probably weren't fiddle fucking around and dancing around and shit. They probably sticking to fundamentals.
Oh yeah, no, they were definitely sticking to fundamentals. Plus, that was when they had Coach Q as their head coach, and that dude was not enjoying any like, oh, let's play hop along with the fuck around gang.
Yeah, that's what the same was with Coach Suter for the Kings.
Mm-hmm.
Same facial expression all the damn time.
Uh-oh.
But the little dump and chase.
Lord Stanley's out of his case. Of course, McDavid was complaining to the refs.
Comes over and loves McDavid. If he would have the same, absolutely. He probably would have stopped him.
He's going to leave that city, and then they're going to riot and burn something down over there.
Who, McDavid?
Yeah, the city of Edmonton be so pissed, especially if he were to go to LA. They're like, we've been through this before.
Yeah, that would be absolutely crazy.
They got a lot of guys from that trade. When they got Gretzky, because you had Gretzky, you had Yuri Curry, you had Marty McSorley.
Jesus.
I mean, that year I would have traded all my picks for the following 3 seasons. They would have got Messier in that deal.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, if McDavid, yeah, you got to stop being flashy, dumbass. Jesus. But yeah, honestly, if McDavid were to get traded from Edmonton, that place would be up in smoke worse than Vancouver was back in 2011. Oh, Verhaeghe! Breakaway! Ooh, saved by Skinner.
Well, we know who they need to draft next.
Yeah.
Some defenseman.
Oh my God.
Kings need goaltending. You
Less
can only
than
do so
10
much.
minutes to go in the third period. We're at 9 minutes, 45 seconds.
Kings need goaltending. I think that's we were so spoiled with Quick. We haven't done crap since he left.
Oh yeah, no, Jonathan Quick pissed me the fuck off.
Well, so did Crawford for you guys, so we're even, I guess. Touche. Yeah, Crawford, that was a hell of a goalie rivalry right there between those two. Yeah. Did he have Crawford's mask? Did he have the old school where it looked like an old school mask with the guy smiling out of the sides of the mask, or was that another Blackhawks goalie I was thinking of? Who was trying to?
It might have been another goalie you're thinking of. It may have been Crawford, but I'm not sure.
Because I think they were trying to kind of like paying homage to Phil Esposito.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could see that.
Because Jonathan Quick did the same thing with Rogie Vachon. So his mask was the old purple, like Jason mask, Jason Voorhees with the 2 old crowns.
Yeah.
And then the back of the helmet, it's like it would look like Rogie's ears and hair coming out of the back of the helmet.
No shit. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it was, man, I wanted to get into hockey for so long, but I mean, one thing that was always fun to look at was the goalie helmet designs.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, looks like Matthew's got his brother Brady and his dad Keith in attendance right now.
I bet you Keith probably told his son, like, I'm so disappointed in you. But then Brady could turn around and was like, you didn't win shit either.
That or his dad is probably telling him, like, yo, you better find a way to get on the motherfucking Panthers and help them three-peat.
Yeah. That part. He's like, you know what? Better yet, stay away from the Panthers.
Just stay the fuck away from Canada. Get out of Ottawa.
Then Keith would tell us, like, well, at least people know who I was.
Bro, the Kachuk brothers and the Four Nations face-off were insane together.
Yeah. Where does Brady play? Is he with Ottawa?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why they suck.
Yep. That's why he definitely sucked. But, man, it was like 10 seconds in, there were two fights, both from the Kachuk brothers, and they go into the penalty box just dapping each other up.
That's when they had that whole Mighty Ducks skit where, like,
oh, my God, it was so much fun to watch.
They should have saved that for the gold medal game.
Ooh, they really should have. But they did win. They did beat Canada in that game, but they definitely should have kept saving that energy for the gold medal game.
Which platforms has the most viewers right now?
Let's take a look. Twitter with both of our with both mine and Andrew's Twitch in second place.
But you guys are on Twitch also?
Yeah.
I do have that up somewhere.
Yeah.
I would follow my buddy who's doing gaming stuff.
New Orleans won game one. But overtime was the Panthers in double overtime game two.
Oh, now Panther fans are just getting petty right now, chanting USA.
That's what they get for booing our anthem.
That is what they get. Hell yeah. Less than 8 minutes. Uh-oh. Ooh, fuck. Unforced error by Edmonton, and Florida nearly capitalized on it to put them up 4-0.
That would have been the dagger.
Right now, we got 7.5 minutes left in the third period.
Edmonton's getting sloppier, huh?
They are. It was a sloppy, unforced error that gave Florida their first goal.
Yeah.
Reinhardt saw the opportunity, took it, and scored.
I wonder if he's a free agent at the end of the year.
Who's that?
McDavid.
Yeah.
You can only stay in Edmonton so long.
Exactly. Well, yeah, you can only stay in Edmonton without or not winning a Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
What's crazier is Edmonton has the second most recent Stanley Cup, and then I think it's Calgary or Ottawa.
Ottawa never won one.
Okay, then it's
they went to one, but they lost to the Anaheim Sucks.
Yeah.
I was pissed. Because I come back from deployment and all my buddies that were Ducks fans are like, oh, we got a cup for the Kings. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, so then it's Montreal, Edmonton, and Calgary, because it was like a span of 1989, 92, and then, yeah.
Yeah, because the Canucks never won one. Winnipeg never won one.
Nope.
Ottawa hasn't.
And that's game
4.
Oh, and Reinhardt got the hat trick, baby.
You got the Rats?
He got the rat.
Was it an open netter or is it
Dumbasses pulled their goalie with 6.5 minutes left to go.
Wow.
Look, I get the whole aggressiveness. You know, you're trying to get back into the game, but, man.
That far out. And that's why Gretzky
Oh,
doesn't buy
that's a
ownership with him.
routine shot for Rhino. That just sealed the deal.
So 4 out of the last 5 cups have been on. No.
No, so Reinhardt is responsible for 3 of the 4 goals that the Panthers have.
No, but as far as the cups, they've all been in Florida.
Yeah, the last
Except for
6 years,
Colorado.
Stanley Cup Finals have gone through the state of Florida.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's been Tampa and Florida that has taken 4 out of the last 6. Because 2021 and 22 was Colorado, and then 22-23 was Vegas.
Yeah.
Still with 6:34 left to go in the third period. They're up 4. Stanley Cup.
Are they showing the fans in Edmonton like all still and depressed looking?
No.
You know, sometimes they'll do the watch parties.
Yeah, so they were showing it going into the first intermission, and the Edmonton fans were like, they're loud, they're excited because they're only down like 1-0 in the going into the first intermission. They're probably leaving now.
Or they really put down some Molstons.
Oh yeah. Wow. Yeah, he's definitely been a difference maker. And I honestly thought it was going to be Brad Marchand that's been the big difference maker, but Reinhardt showed up to play tonight.
Well, maybe with Marchand showing up, it took pressure off of.
Oh,
Reinhardt.
yeah, that's true.
Because, I mean, even though he's old, he's still doing some damage.
He is. Like I said, I didn't know he was 37. I thought he was in, still a good high portion of his career, like late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
But when they were like, oh, yeah, he's 37. What?
Yeah.
Could have fooled me. Shine that bitch up.
How much time left?
I think it's 5 minutes right now. Just went to commercial. Yep, 5 minutes.
It's awesome. Happy for the Panthers.
Hell yeah, same here. I mean, it's still crazy though. Last 3 years or so, or last 6 years, the hockey has gone through the state of Florida.
It's almost as epic as the Kings in Chicago owning the 2010s. Now these guys are owning the 2020s.
That they are. Oh man.
So I was on that I was commenting on the show Tired Sports.
Mm-hmm.
And just talk about random stuff. So one of the things I had was you had to build your own little squad with you and 3 other people of people, celebrities, whether it's actors, sports athletes, whatever, that were born on your birthday.
Ooh, okay.
So I had David Hasselhoff for this July 17th. And David Hasselhoff, Donald Sutherland, and your boy from the Blackhawks, that little kid.
Oh, Bedard?
Yeah. He was born when I was on my first deployment in Iraq back in 2005.
Holy shit. Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah.
So for me, it would be Aaron Judge.
He was on your birthday?
Yeah.
Nice.
Channing Tatum. And shit, let's see.
And they add country singer Luke Bryan was on mine too.
Oh no! Fucking Edmonton pulled their goalie again.
Wow.
Oh! Oh! 5-0! Oh, he's got 4. Rhino just put the Cats up 5-0.
So what happens with 4 goals then? They're gonna throw more rats?
They probably will.
You know why they're
That's
letting them,
fucking insane.
you know why they're letting them score that much? So they don't give it to McDavid.
Yeah.
They better not.
Let's see. That's fucking insane.
Because why give the MVP to the losing team? I don't get that, but
Yeah. You know what? Let's see musicians. Let's see. Channing Tatum and Aaron Judge.
Since the early 1940s. John Beliveau, 1956. Mike Bossy, 1982. Wayne Gretzky, 1985. And now Sam Reinhart.
That's a hell of a class to be a part of. Holy shit.
what's that?
They were naming off of people that have had game clinching goals, and I think they mentioned Bossy in 1982, and then Wayne Gretzky.
Mike Bossy?
Yep.
That was the Islanders guy?
Yeah. Ah, there we go. Joey Jordison. R.I.P. April 26th, baby.
I forgot to tell you the rules is they have to be alive still.
Ah, okay.
Actually, I don't even know Donald Sutherland's alive, so I'm, whatever.
He probably is.
It's your choice. I don't know. He looks up there in age. The guy from Hunger Games?
Yeah. No, I think he is, because if he was able to stick around for all the Hunger Games movies, he's definitely got to be still walking this earth. Actors.
Let's go with 4 minutes remaining. Florida Panthers with a 4-goal lead. Sam Reinhart with 4 goals, including 2 into the empty net.
Oh, man, they're letting them have it. Skinner. Oh, perfect. Giancarlo Esposito, a.k.a. Gus, from Breaking Bad.
Oh, the guy with Tourette's?
Hmm?
The guy with Tourette's?
No, let's see. Wait, does he have Tourette's?
Well, didn't he have it in the show?
No, he was the kingpin that Walter White and Jesse were working for that owned the chicken place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Jet Li. Melania Trump. Damn.
Quite the faction you got there.
Nope.
Game 7, losing here in Sunrise last year after winning 4-5
When I looked up mine, it was a lot of YouTubers or influencers on mine.
Oh,
That's
God.
depressing.
Yeah, that's definitely depressing.
Like, thank you, Hasselhoff, for being born on my birthday.
Yeah, right. 2.5 minutes left in the third period.
And the fans are waving the towels, I assume.
Oh, yeah, no, they're definitely waving the towels. They're just waiting for it to start clicking down to under a minute.
I think someone's going to offer a big trade for McDavid in the offseason.
Oh, yeah.
Then the Oilers will be back to irrelevancy. So he's probably going to go east.
Most likely, yeah.
Or to LA.
Initial penalty was called. Now he skates all the way over.
Ooh.
I would imagine he could get fined for that as well.
Oh, yeah. God forbid you're down 5-1. Oh.
Oh, Edmonton scored?
Yeah, Edmonton scored, and there was like 3 minutes left. And now Oilers player Evander Kane kind of like to Kachuk. So he's either in the penalty box or going to be facing a hefty fine.
Might as well kick him out now.
Yeah.
Well, the game anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that hatred runs back from when Kachuk was with the Flames.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Fans are standing now. Florida fans are letting them hear it. No. Goodbye.
And they were the higher seed, too.
Yeah. Damn, absolutely deafening. Yeah, 1 minute, 10 seconds remaining. Oh, yeah, now they're going crazy. They're waving the towel and everything.
You know the best part is going to see? Connor McDavid having to wait while they're celebrating to go shake their hands.
Hell yeah, what a year this year. Jesus, back to back for the Florida Panthers.
Dang.
Wow.
Back to back for Edmonton losing.
The Sunshine State. The Sunshine State has been running hockey for the last 6 years.
Was that the horn I saw?
Yep. That would be the horn. The Panthers are the back-to-back 2025 Stanley Cup champions.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. But hey, man, thanks for being able to come on, do some NHL trivia, and talk some hockey.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Hell yeah, man. Take it easy. All right. The Panthers are the back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. You know they wanted to win on their home ice. And, man, Edmonton, going into the third period, they looked very frustrated, and they had to do something. But they did something. They pulled their goalie with 6.5 minutes left to play. What kind of bullshit is that? They were getting too fancy. They were getting too flashy. Like, you're down 3-2. You want to force a game 7 and go back to Edmonton? Stop being so flashy and get some shots on goal. Holy shit. Insane.
throw for head coach Paul Maurice of the Florida Panthers. Maurice was looking down towards head coach Chris Knobloch. Remember, he asked Rod Brindamore if the coaches and the other staff members could stay out of the handshake lines in the last round. He said it was all about the players, but Knobloch is headed back to the end of the Edmonton Oilers handshake line.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a season. What a run. So many teams, man. Even in, what was it? I believe the second round when the Panthers were playing the Toronto Maple Leafs and that series went 7. Wow, that was a series. That was a win that the Panthers needed. And I think that was the series that put it into their minds like, hey, we're going to do it. We're going to fucking repeat. Man. But, yeah, like I said, Brad Marchand was definitely the difference maker in this series. There's a reason that, you know, all the attention was focused on him because of just how good he was in Boston. And that definitely was able to take a lot of pressure off some of these other guys on the Florida Panthers. Hence, Sam Reinhart went fucking nuts tonight, scoring 5 goals, including getting the hat trick to put the Panthers up 4-0.
Is a Stanley Cup champion, Sergei Bobrovsky. Once again, the chance of Bobby.
What a season for the Panthers. They trade their backup goalie, Spencer Knight, to get some reps in. Fully knowing that the Blackhawks had Connor Bedard. And in return, they get Seth Jones. And somehow this dude was able to find a switch, turn it on, and play like a different player. Absolutely insane.
With Sasha Barkov. Barkov, the first European to captain multiple Stanley Cup championship squads. Everyone in the hockey world knew it would be such a tough division to get out of in the postseason. Toronto. They lost the first 2 games to the Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
They won Game 7 on the road.
Yeah, that series against the Toronto Maple Leafs was absolutely insane. But once the Panthers got that Game 7 win, it really showed, you know, hey, we're gonna fucking repeat this year. But man, what a series! Both teams split in both Florida and Edmonton for games 1 and 2 and games 3 and 4.
Congratulations. Listen, life changes quick. Nobody knows that better than you. You've talked so much this postseason about living in the moment. This is a pretty big one. How does it feel to be Brad Marchand living in it?
It's incredible. It's a feeling you can't really describe. And, you know, seeing the family and everyone up there and everyone that supported me and helped me get to this point, there's nothing. Words can't put this into reality, how great it feels, and such an incredible group. You know, and everybody wrote us off from startup playoffs. They had everybody beating us in every round, and we just had that fire, and we knew we had something special. And it's incredible. It's incredible to be part of this group right now.
The emotion is just radiating off of you. You know, it wasn't that long ago. These guys were your most hated rivals. You're about to drink beer out of the Stanley Cup with them. How would you describe how special the bond is that you've created with these guys?
We talked about it before the game. It's such an incredible culture, and everyone that's come in here it's felt like we've been here for a lot longer than a few months, and it's a family. Guys love each other in this room, and you buy into it immediately.
I guess the wind is playing a little bit of a effect on.
Guys love each other in this room, and you buy into it immediately. They embrace you. It's
Oh boy. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, once again, the Florida Panthers are the Stanley Cup champions.
Congratulations. Kenny, back to you.
That's Jackie. He's got a lot of celebrating to do before worrying about next season.
But all right, coming up next is the Stanley Cup presentation. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. All right. Welcome back. Now is the Stanley Cup presentation.
The Oilers and the Panthers for a terrific rematch of the Stanley Cup final.
Yep.
The Conn Smythe Trophy goes to the most valuable player in the playoffs. It's only fitting that this year it goes to the leading goal scorer, Sam Bennett.
Wow, I thought it was going to go to Reinhart. But, wow, Sam Bennett, the leading scorer for the Florida Panthers throughout the entirety of the playoffs, is the Conn Smythe Trophy winner, a.k.a. the NHL Playoffs MVP.
Timing is everything. An unrestricted free agent. On July 1st, does he get there? A lot of people feel that he will be back here in Florida. But I mean, a perfect supporting cast at the center ice position
in behind Sasha Markov.
So Brad Marchand, one of the first to congratulate him. They were bitter rivals prior to Marchand becoming a member of the Panthers.
And here it comes. Lord Stanley, baby. Quite possibly the hardest major sports championship to win. Now, look, I get it. We've seen repeat, like I said, last 6 years. 4 out of the last 6 times have been the Tampa Bay Lightning, and now the Florida Panthers. But you got to keep into consideration just how tough hockey really is. Or take into consideration, I'm sorry. Take into consideration just how tough hockey is. Insane.
The Stanley Cup is the most iconic trophy in sports and the most difficult to win.
Facts.
And while it may be difficult to win once, to do it twice in a row is almost impossible.
I don't know. Tampa did it a few short years ago.
You can't win it twice in a row unless you have commitment, leadership, passion, a great fan base. And a great organization, starting with Vinny and Teresa Viola, Matt Caldwell, Bill Zito, Paul Maurice. And again, you fans have proven that hockey works in the sunshine. Alexander Barkov, let's do it again.
$359 days later.
Wow. Insane. Absolutely insane for the Florida Panthers.
Markov will take it for a spin.
The greatest championship in major sports. And you can't tell me otherwise.
First time Stanley Cup champion.
You could jump directing traffic, telling Schmidt to take it all the way around the rink. I don't think he will never, ever forget.
Jeff Gillis. Another first time Stanley Cup champion. When he was a youngster and his dad played for the Denver Nuggets, Popeye Jones asked Joe Sakic to have a little chat with his son. And young Seth started playing hockey in Denver. Another first time Stanley Cup champ.
All right, so everybody that's tuned in, hopefully you're able to hear the celebration going on, and the celebration in South Beach is just getting started.
Let's welcome in the great one, Wayne Gretzky. Well, as you watch the celebration, the excitement, you have the opportunity to do this on 4 occasions. Let's go through the line of these first-time champions.
Well, first of all, there's no feeling like it. We always talk about how hard it is to win this trophy, and that's a fact. That's just not a rumor or a saying. But it just shows you how unique this hockey club is, that they've handed the trophy to every first-time player. I thought for sure Marchand would be the first guy to get it, but they went completely opposite direction and made sure the guys who had never won it before got to lift the Stanley Cup first, and that just shows you the uniqueness of their team.
So you know this team very well, the Florida Panthers, as AJ Greer gets the chance to lift it up. What is impressed you with them going back to back?
They're a well-oiled machine. I thought in March when they had a lot of injuries.
What's good, man? Man, that's got to be a tough loss, man. But, hey, what a series, man. What a freaking series. This series was physical from the first puck drop, man. First puck drop. You got nothing to be ashamed about. This was a hell of a series and a hell of a fight from the Edmonton Oilers, man. Real talk. Good game, man. Good game and good back-to-back series, man. For real. I'm not going to be that cocky guy. Like, no. Good game.
And then the continuity of the forward group, the 4 lines, they just kept turning them over, and they just kept going at Edmonton in waves, and Edmonton finally broke. They physically and mentally just played as well as you could ever play to be a Stanley Cup champion. And the good players were really good, but their role players, guys were on 3rd line, 4th line, 4th, 5th, 6th defensemen.
Here's hoping that we meet again. That'd be something fun to watch.
Who was terrific as a rookie during the regular season, did not see action in the Stanley Cup final, getting a chance to lift the Stanley Cup.
I grew up playing against Sam Reinhart's father, Paul Reinhart. I remember at 10 years old, my dad said that's the best 10-year-old in the country. I had a chance to talk to Paul yesterday. Obviously, he came in to watch the game from Vancouver, and I just can't say enough good things about his son. I know he got 4 goals today, but my, that young man was really good the entire series. He just was solid. But they had all their guys were like that. Barkov, Reinhardt, they just do their job and they go about it the right way and they play well. And as I said on the show tonight, Paul Maurice, he was trying to match up against Connor, but he was keeping the right D against Connor. But he knew he had Lundell or he had Barkov or he had Bennett, and their lines all 3 could check. And the centermen are all tough and they're all good. And they made it hard on the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah.
You mentioned the Reinhardt family, and Sam with the 4 goals tonight. Jones, you were the record books. You were the last player to score 7 goals in one Stanley Cup final. That was back in 1985 when you won the first of your 2 Conn Smythe trophies. So full circle moment with Sam Reinhart scoring 7 goals in this series.
All my records this year are dropping like flies.
You still got another 40 or 50 on that.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys, we were together in this whole series. You guys do a great job, but how good was this Florida team? I knew they were good because I get a chance to come down every now and then to games. This is a well-structured hockey club, top to bottom. In September, they did a charity fishing trip with my son-in-law on his boat. 16 of the guys showed up, the general manager. They're the most polite, nicest young men. They're ready for the second year and ready for round 2, and they've proven everybody that they are the best team in hockey.
Well, it's been great to be with you and the boys, Grits, on this journey here in the Stanley Cup final. It's been awesome. You're a leader, and
Selfishly, we love having you being around me the whole time during the cup final. And here comes Brad Marchand.
Hey, Brad Marchand hoisting up the Stanley Cup.
It's really a testament to the hockey club. And you guys said it many times. He was probably the most hated guy that they played against. And they took him in. And that's what we used to always say in hockey. The guys you hate the most, those are the guys you love and you want on your team.
Oh, yeah.
I remember Theo Fleury. He was such a competitor, but he could have played on my team any day. And that's how Marchand plays.
Yeah. Sometimes the players that end up being, some of your biggest rivals or worst enemies when it comes to playing on opposite teams end up being the best teammates. Take Michael Jordan and Dennis Rodman, for example. Rodman was part of the Bad Boy Pistons, and everybody on that team hated him. And when Rodman was brought in, it was Jordan was like, "Yo, can you keep this guy under control?" Yeah. Rodman, can you deliver on the court? Get some key rebounds? Yeah. All right, let's fucking do it.
It's amazing feeling, and I want to say glory to the Father and to the Son and to the Holy Spirit. I dedicate again and humble and
Christ is King, baby. Sergei Bobrovsky, giving thanks to the Holy God, the Holy Father, and the Holy Spirit. You love to hear it, man, especially on stages like this.
My family, my wife Olga, my daughter, 2 daughters. For this family, this family is amazing. So I'm blessed with everything, and I wanna thank God for that and go back to work.
Hell yeah.
It's very clear that this is a very, very special group. What can you say about what these guys mean to you?
Yeah, they are amazing. I mean, the group, it's so privileged to be their goalie. It's a dream come true, and to win twice that trophy, it's amazing.
We saw you kind of standing by yourself as the crowd chanted your name. What is it like to live in that moment?
Yeah, the crowd the fans are amazing here. They give me all time. Their support is amazing. So I'm so happy to bring that cup to them again.
So what's next? How do you celebrate?
Say again.
How do you celebrate?
Yeah, we just enjoy it together. That's it.
Yep, enjoy. You get through the parade. Next thing you know, back in the gym, getting back to work for a possible three-peat for the first time since the New York Islanders.
Remember, he got banged up in the conference final against the Carolina Hurricanes. Came back, took him some time. The time off, I think Kenny did him well. And
Insane series, insane season. So much happened this season. We had the Four Nations face-off back in February. We had Alex Ovechkin passing Wayne Gretzky's scoring record. Sam Reinhart joined the company with Wayne Gretzky. I mean, like Gretzky said, some of his records are dropping like flies. But, I mean, hey, it's nothing to be too worried about. Like, bro, you got 50 more records that have still stood the test of time. Who's winning 8 fucking MVPs? I guarantee you, over the course of damn near 10 years, nobody's even going to win the amount of times that you did. Like I said, he won a total of 8 MVPs. 7 of which came between 1980 and 1987. His next one would be in 1989. There's a reason he's called the Great One. Oh, hell yeah. The Tkachuk family getting to see Matthew hoist up the Stanley Cup once again. Maybe the Panthers go into the offseason looking to get Matthew's brother Brady, who he played with in the Four Nations face-off. And, yeah, while the fight was good between both Tkachuk brothers in the first game of the Four Nations face-off, they really should have saved that kind of energy for the gold medal game against Canada.
We would love to have the opportunities 100%.
watching his
Hey,
brother
maybe it happens this offseason. Ironically, they're talking about Brady, Matthew's brother Brady.
Just flat out awesome display of team defense by that man right there, Gustav Forsman.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Reinhart, 7 goals over the last 4 games is with Jackie.
Sam, congratulations. I see you giving thumbs up to the people over here. Is this your family over here? Is this fans or what's going on here?
I love it. Enjoying the moment.
You are one with the people. A hell of a performance tonight. A hell of a run once again for the Florida Panthers. What can you say about this one that separates it from the last one?
Just resilient. I mean, it's not easy coming back and then, you know how hard it is to do. Sometimes that benefits you and sometimes it doesn't. So, we just stuck with it. A lot has to go your way to be standing at the end, and we were up for the task again.
Rod Marchand joins this team and feels like a perfect fit, then contributes in a massive way on this run. Why do you think he was able to fit so seamlessly into the group?
Just a gamer. He's so competitive. I've seen it ever since I came into the league. I think everyone's seen it. That's why, he's got so much respect and people hate him so much. That's just what he is. He's a competitor. He's a warrior. He was so motivated right from day one when he got here. That was a Texas for our group.
All right, well, you guys are writing a hell of a story. Congratulations. Go celebrate.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
First Stanley Cup for Carter Verhaeghe.
Really?
Tampa Bay Lightning and now 2.
Oh, shit.
The Panthers.
Wow.
Regrets touchdown.
Now Rodriguez getting his chance to skate with the cup.
Head coach Paul Maurice is chasing it or not. The center ice position, the depth of Evan Rodriguez. Like Barkov and Bennett and Lundell. How about that third line, Kenny? Marchand, Lundell, and Osterina. Pretty salty.
Incredible throughout the postseason. Evan Rodriguez led the Panthers with 7 points during last year's Stanley Cup final. He scored a power play goal in Game 3 of this series. A 6-1 Panthers win. April Mikula.
Wow. Wow. Well, that wraps up the live stream of Game 6 for the NHL Stanley Cup Final. The Florida Panthers are back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. That is, Jesus, an impressive feat to accomplish. I mean, we already know how impressive it is. Why? Because the Tampa Bay Lightning were running the COVID era and just coming off of the COVID era too. But man, oh man. Like I said, that wraps up tonight's live stream of Game 6. Really fun time. Really had a good time with Mr. Terry talking some NHL and doing some NHL trivia. Be sure to check out Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Villains, the podcast. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great show. You're not going to want to miss it. But until then, peace out.